But anyway, it's not easy being a teacher in these times, especially in those kind of communities.
There's a huge lesson in this experience for you. You're not there by accident. You know what I mean? There's something in this. There's a miracle in this whole scenario. Not that you're supposed to stay there necessarily or anything, but the fact that you're observing all of that and you're learning all of that. Yeah, this is for you. This is a huge learning experience for you. So just be aware of that while you're going through the motions, and do some of the exercises while you're in there, and looking at the class. When you go into the class and you see, you're like going in tomorrow, and you go in there and you walk in, you look around, you see the same kids, whatever. Realize that the ego is forcing you to see it as you have already seen it before, over and over and over again, which is not real, okay? Because you can never see anything as it is when you see it based on the past. So that's going to block you from seeing what is really happening in the moment. So just, you can just ask, I'm open to seeing things as they truly are. Help me to have a new perception of this. And then don't try to figure it out. Because as soon as you try to figure that out, as soon as you try to have a new perception of what truly is, the ego is going to jump in and give it to you. And then you're going to think, well, that didn't work, I mean, it's going to pretend to be the spiritual side of you. It's going to pretend to be giving you something. You don't do that. You do not try to figure it out yourself. When you ask for guidance, when you ask for a new perception, you literally just go through the motions of what you have been doing before. You continue to do what you've been doing before, but you've asked, you primed, and then you let it go, okay? And then as things unfold in your presence, you're going to see something different, and I can't tell you what that is, because you are going to be the observer.
Well, this is where I'm at in my head. Is like, oh, I just want to see this really differently and not react to something in the past.
Yeah, and here's another
situation I've been in, and I keep repeating.
Yeah.
And it's painful, and it's ugly.
Well, here's the other.
And it's not peaceful.
Here's the other ingredient. You yourself cannot be the same person you were walking into the class. The person that you were in the past always has the same old perceptions, always has the same old feelings, always carries the same old pain and suffering. So who needs to perceive a real, happy, joyous, harmonious new world is the real you who needs to walk into that classroom. And that comes from you being able to get in touch with your true self as to, why do I deserve to have a harmonious life and see the world in harmony instead of what I have been seeing? Why haven't I been allowing myself to observe a harmonious, peaceful, joyous world? Why, those kind of questions. And then again, while you ask that, you're not asking yourself in the ego sense, you're asking the Holy Spirit or the higher mind or the source of all things to fill up that, fill you up with the answer. Don't try to figure it out yourself. All it says in the Course is ask. It doesn't say try to and then try to figure it out. It doesn't say that.
Well, that's always what gets me really messed up, is trying to figure it out.
That will always get
wrapped up in the whole
that exactly. That's where everybody gets screwed up, because everybody thinks they're supposed to figure it out. It's my job to make myself a better person. It's my job to, yes, it's your job to be accountable for your errors and say you're sorry. It's those kind of things. It's your job to, to strive to be a whole human being and to awaken in whatever capacity you're doing, you know. But when you ultimately figure out what the work is asking for the new perception of what that feels like, what that looks like, and don't try to figure it out yourself. That's your job. That's your real job, because the other job that what you thought it was is doing the real groundwork and suffering through it and being able to see a whole new happy job where you hate the kids and you hate the work and you hate the teacher. You know, that's true insanity. That the definition of insanity is doing the same thing you've been doing and thinking you're going to get a different result out of it. You know, and that's the definition of insanity. You're not going to get a different result doing the same thing over and over again that you have been doing. It doesn't happen that way. You know, you just got to let it go. You just do it like you're a robot. You know, you go through the motions and you ask and you ask for a new perception. That's it. That's it. Leave it alone. And go through the motions. Like I said, if it's going to be over, it's going to be over. But allow that space for that blessing to come in the meantime, you know, in that short time you have left. You know, so that you really walk away fulfilled with something other than those are a bunch of rotten kids. You know?
Feeling like I don't want to look back on this experience and feel the way I was feeling yesterday. When I came home, I had to lay down. I was exhausted. I was spiritually sad.
What's happening in your life because you're so powerful. And this, I put this part. This I explained in my in one of the first video. The beginning part, Tap into Miracles, the beginning part 2. When I went into light and I learned about how powerful we are, that we're these incredible creatures. And if you are this, and if that is true, then no matter who you think you are, or what you think you are, or what's going on in your life, you created it. You know? You just created it unconsciously. Because you don't know who you are. It's not who you are, it is what you are. There's a huge difference there. You're not a who, you're a what. You are a massive, beyond description, beyond powerful, the meaning of powerful power. You are that, okay? Your ego is so terrified you're going to find that out. As soon as you find that out, the game is over. Game over. Done. You're done. You become the true creator after that, okay? When you finally get to that point, you get to that awareness. That was what...
I would like that.
Well, you would like that. Yeah, well, guess what? That is what you are. That's what you are. And so that's why I'm saying to people, we can't bitch and moan about what's in our life. We attracted that through the law of attraction of thinking with the lack of awareness of those thoughts being powerful. Okay, so every thought you have is a vibration that goes out into the world, into the universe, and moves things. Just like science tells us that when a moth flies, it's actually creating wind that's going to change the earth on the other side. It sets up motion like little ripples in the water, you know. So those thoughts and experiences we're having are teaching the whole universe. That's how powerful you are. You're creating a whole universe. So we're going to become more mindful. We're going to become more aware as we're growing, and we are growing. We're growing more enlightened, and we're becoming more and more aware of our creations. So, see the light in the children. As you begin to see the light in them, whether they're, standing on their heads or doing something really ridiculous or stupid, just see the light in them and then watch the miracles unfold in your life. That's all I can tell you.
Good advice.